How does it feel to have all your money from an investment stolen by someone who has been employed to work on your project? But this is the situation our guest today finds herself in. She's devastated and she tells us her story in this edition of Say It Loud. My name is Wanda Mihigan and I'm sitting in for your regular host, Lord Harris Idwasari. After the break, I introduce my guest. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Our guest today is Mavis AJ Kumi. Madam,
Hi.
you look good, but it's all really well with you?
Not really, but I'm good.
So you tell us you've been defrauded. What
Yes.
exactly happened?
I have a building project at Michelle Camp. It's a 4-bedroom building. So I'd wanted to roof parts of the building. And then I met a certain woman who lives around Agliza. It's around Manette Court. That's where my dad has a building there. So I went to visit my old lady. So I saw the roofing sheet on the woman's building. So I inquired of her which company. Then she introduced me to a guy called Emmanuel Asari. That he's the one who provided her with the roofing sheet. So that I also need some. So okay, then he's going to get in touch with Yima. Then after that, he will get back to me. So I gave her my number. I was there when Yima called me and then we met. So I told him my problem. I don't have money. I want to roof parts of the building. Then he said, okay, he can help. But what he does is he imports coils, the one they used to manufacture the roofing sheets. So when he brings in like that and they are not buying it, he processes it and then roof people's building. Then later they pay it installments. And I said, okay, that's not bad. So he mentioned some few people that I know around. He didn't know I know these people. So he asked me that you get me some carpenters to go to the site to take the measurements of the building. So we went there and then they brought in the measurements. And according to the carpenter, he said my roof design is a hip roofing. So I cannot roof parts and then they leave parts. So it means I have to roof the whole building. So what they are going to do is they are going to give me the estimates of the roofing sheets and then the woodwork. And I said, okay. So they brought the roofing the estimate. That's the woodwork, which is 19,000. That's 19,853 Ghana cedis, and then I think 93 pesos. Yeah. And then
that's for the woodwork.
That's for the woodwork. And then the roofing sheet, he said the aluminum is very good and it will last longer than the alu zinc, since I don't know the difference between those things. And he, according to him, that is his field. So we went in for aluminum, which is 25,500. All this thing happened, that was last year, June. So I gave him parts payments of the woodwork. And then I paid it, that was in June. Then within some 3 days, they brought the wood to the site.
You paid it how many days after you had introduced this?
Okay, that was, we spoke around May. Okay, so the following month, then we started the project. So I gave him 7,000. That was the first payment. Then they went and bought the wood. They called me. I also went to the site. I saw it, and then he told me that since the building is huge, the wood was not enough. The truck was not able to carry all. So the following day they are going to bring another set of wood. So okay, and they brought it. So it was through that I got to know the one who sold the wood to me.
Okay.
So within, let's say, a month, that was June, July, the woodwork they've done with the woodwork. So I went to the site and I noticed that there was no ceiling joint. They've done some parts, some too is left there just like that. So I required, oh, why is it that you've not done, we finished with the woodwork? He said, oh, when they bring in the roofing sheet and they are doing the work, the carpenters will do it once and for all. And that's the problem he's encountering right now is most people are owing him. And because of that, his business partners outside the country are giving him pressure. So the agreement that you roof it for me to be paying it later, it cannot go on. So I should bring part of the roofing sheets, the amount. Then he can do something about it. So, oh, that wasn't the initial agreement. But since the wood is on the building, and I don't want it to get spoiled, so I have to go in for another money and then get for that's the roofing sheet, because I'm down paying the woodwork. So the roofing sheet, that was in December. Around December, I've paid, that was almost 18,000 for the roofing sheet. And then he brought in, that's the roofing gutters, yeah. We call roofing gutters. He brought it, he came and fixed it, and he called me that if I'm able to pay the rest within the next 4 hours, he's going to bring the rest of the roofing sheet. I said, that wasn't the agreement. Why are you stressing me? Why are you making me feel like, why? I told you I don't have enough money. That is why I said I wanted to roof part of it. And you encouraged me that if you roof it and later I'll pay it for you. Then why now you are telling me different stories altogether?
How big is your building?
It's a 4-bedroom house.
And you wanted to roof half
of the building. It can be maybe 2 rooms, it can be 3 rooms, and I'll leave the rest. But according to the way the design is, they say it's a hip roofing. So you cannot roof parts and then leave parts.
So it means you had to roof
the whole building.
So that was the agreement with you and Ima?
That is it.
You know, when you're building, there are companies that deal with roofing and all of those things. Why didn't you go to any of those companies?
Initially, we went to DBS. They gave me some estimates, and it was very high. And you know, DBS, you pay it cash forward. You don't pay it installment. No. I learned most of the companies have stopped. So we went to DBS, we went to Dolphin. So I have all their estimates. And then the amount that they were quoted was too much, and I couldn't afford it. So when he brought it, since he said he was the one importing the coils, so I thought maybe the price that he quoted for me was cheaper. That was why I went into an agreement with him. And secondly, he told me that he had done the job for some people that he mentioned that I knew. So I went to those people and I inquired of them. They told me that, oh yeah, there's one man who is a military officer. And then I asked him, so he's the one, that guy, don't mind, he's the one who did it for me. So like, they too didn't know that he's a fraudster. They didn't know. Most people don't even know. So it was later on when he took the money away, I was looking for him. And they said, even somebody came to ask of me that he has taken his money and he's even looking for him.
Okay. At this point, we don't know he's a fraudster yet. You got to your cousin's.
So I went to my cousin's, but she is also having a building at where my site is. So we're thinking about how best we can solve it, because the wood has been on the building for a year plus. So she knows somebody at DBS. So she introduced me to the man. I told him what has happened. I showed him the document, the receipts and everything. And then I gave him
He gave you receipts?
Yeah, Yima gave me receipts. I have all his receipts. And then I have when I went to the police station, I managed to get the warrant of arrest, the statement and everything. So I took it to DBS. I told them my problem. This is what I'm facing. So the man told me what they can do is, because the wood has been on the building for a very long time, and now I don't have money, they can do something which is lesser for me. So they managed to get me something which is lesser. That was about 13,000.
So what name was on the receipt he was issuing to you?
The name is Future Man Consults.
That is the name of his
company.
company.
That is it. With a telephone number and then some address.
So you gave the estimate for the woodwork, but
yes.
What estimate did he give you for the roofing?
The roofing was aluminium, which is 0.4 mm, and then the cost of it with the installation, transportation, everything was 25,500, and out of 25,500 I paid 21,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what point did you realize you had been defrauded?
The last payment I paid, he came to my cousin's place in Tema, that is Bechley. Actually, initially I called him and he said he was working with a company at Adan. So he will be back around, that was in ending of May. So I was there when he called me that he wants to come and do my job, and then when he's done, he will go back to Adan and then continue the contract. And I said, okay. Since initially he sent me a message that he has finished with my roofing sheets, and that if I'm able to pay the rest of the money, he's going to bring the roofing sheets to the site. So I told you that when you are coming, bring the roofing sheets. Then he said, okay. So when I got to the site at my cousin's place, and then he called me that he's on his way coming, but the roofing sheet will not be enough for the building, so he wants to finish with the rest before he brings on. I said, oh, the small one that is there, you bring it. And he told me the cost of it, the transportation, who is going to bear it. And I said, okay. So he will come for the money roughly by Thursday. The sheets are going to be on the site. And I said, okay. So he came for the money. Then he left. Thursday, I sent him a message. So I'm going to call you back. He never called. So I sent him a message. And then he was telling me there is a problem. That's what the police said. He has run out of material. And that he's trying to get some material from a friend. And I said, Yima, listen, I am not going to sit down for you to play this kind of games with me. It's either you get me my money or the roofing sheets. Because it's been long. The wood cannot be on the building for such a long time. You'll be telling me stories. And then he told me later by weekend, the roofing sheets are going to be on the site.
So in December, the woodwork was done.
The woodwork was done around, they started June, July, August, it was done.
Okay, so you realized he was defrauding you.
That was
in which month?
That was in May.
May
this very year, May, yeah.
So let's hold it here. We'll get back for more details. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we get more information from Mavis. She's a victim of fraud and she's been telling us her story. Don't go away.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
Welcome back. This is still Say It Loud. We've been speaking to Mavis, who has been a victim of fraud. Before we went for the break, she was telling us how she found out and at which point she found out that she was being defrauded by one Emmanuel. Before all of this, before the woodwork and the roofing, did you have any issues with your masons, carpenters, those who constructed the building itself?
No. Actually, I have a carpenter. He gave me an estimate. But then, as I said earlier on, I was not having money. And then, you know, if you want to roof a building, you need to have enough money to buy the wood. After the wood, then the roofing sheets. So when Yima came in that he wanted to do it on credit for me, that was when I went into an agreement with him. So Yima brought him his own workers, which is the carpenters. So after he taking my money, I went and reported the case at the police station. And then the police asked me to go and look for him because they don't know where he is. At that time, I was not having his picture.
Which police station?
That was Manette Court Police Station. In the first place, I went to the CID headquarters to speak to TOP Ken Yeboah. So he was the one who gave me note to come and see. That's the commander at Manette. That's Mr. Azuri. So we sat down and they advised me that I should go and do a little investigation, get to know where he is so that they can come and arrest him. So I went round. I went to look for the taxi driver who used to pick him to my place. I got in touch with the taxi driver. And then he gave me one of the carpenters, their number. It was then that I got to know that Yima told the carpenters that I am residing abroad. So I've not sent money for the work. So he's just doing the thing on credit. Later on, before I'll send the money. So
he told the carpenters who are working on your building
that I am not in the country. So I've not sent any money. So Emmanuel didn't pay the guys. Trust me.
For the woodwork.
I'm telling you.
I see.
So it was true that because when they were bringing the second batch of the wood, he gave me the wood guy's number. So I called the guy. I'm looking for Yima. This is what Yima said, Madam, Yima haven't even paid me your wood money. It's left with 9,000. I said, my brother, can we meet at Manette police station? The guy came in and I gave him, this is the receipts. All the woodwork, which is 19,550, I've paid. Then the guy was shocked. He said, Madam, wherever we will look for Yima, I'll help you look for Yima. So the carpenters, he didn't pay them. So they went and showed me another site that he'll be working on. And I went there. My sister, trust me, people are really wicked. I went to the site. It was a 4-bedroom house that they've demolished, that they want to, I don't know if they want to renovate it or rebuild it again. So they said Yima guy will be working there. So I was monitoring. So later I went there alone with a cousin of mine. The guy, there were some guys working there. So I asked them, where is your supervisor? He said, oh, our supervisor is a military officer. I said, no, I'm looking for Yima. Then the guy said, oh, madam, as for Yima, for almost a year now, even the soldiers are looking for Yima. And I said, what? He said, yes. So,
it means you're not the only one who's done
I'm not
that
the only
to.
person. They said I should go and investigate, get to know where he is so that they can arrest him. So it was through this investigation I started
found out
a whole lot of things, my sister.
So it means that a lot more people have been
A
victims
lot.
to this
There is this woman, the side that I went, the woman is in Germany. You might have taken 10,000 euros from the woman, and he has demolished the woman's 4-bedroom house as we are talking.
The house that was meant for renovation.
I'm telling you.
And nothing has been done about it.
My sister, he has demolished everything. He has taken that's the burglar proof. According to the woman, she said she's having 2 generators, everything. The louver blades, everything, including the main gates. The woman too said they reported the case at the police headquarters. I got in touch with the police officer, and then, my sister, we can't, it's a whole lot.
And do you know, was he working alone? Did he have any other people he was working with?
You see,
who you knew?
No. And there was one guy that he used to send him, that you bring me the receipts. I went to the guy, he said, Madam, to be honest, I don't know this is how this guy is. So even
the people he's working with don't know who he is?
He only call you on the phone. I have a job, can you come and do it? You come, you sit him down, I'll take this amount. You tell you, okay, I'll give you parts. When you are done, then I'll give you the money. You finish, he will not give you the money. That's what he's been doing. There was another carpenter too I spoke with. They took the contract, the woman who is in Germany's contract. I spoke with the carpenter. He said, Madam, after working for Yima, can you believe Yima did not pay me? He sold the woman's things. He didn't even give me a penny. So as for Yima's issue, I don't want to talk about.
Wow. And so all these people you're talking about, they've made complaints to the police?
Yeah. The woman has reported. And then through the investigation, I learned that he was arrested at East Legon police station. That was around December.
Arrested before?
Yes. So I went there. And then the officer in charge of the case, I spoke to him. And then he was trying to help me. But the guy is even gone.
So wait, if he was arrested, why is he still out?
He was arrested and was granted bail. So the police officer, I was there when he called the sister, the younger sister, to produce the suspects. Up to now, even if I call the police officer, he doesn't pick.
So they know the sister of Emmanuel?
They know. I even spoke with the sister. I've never seen her before. I tried to meet her so that she'll see what the brother have done. But
and at this new place you went to, the Manette police station, they didn't try to trace his sister to get any information?
No.
How so?
According to them, they said I didn't give the money to the sister. The sister was not there. So according to the Ghana law, you cannot arrest the sister, you cannot do anything to the sister.
Not even produce her for investigation?
No.
Okay.
As for the police issue, I just don't want to talk about it. It's a whole lot of things.
I see. So what did they eventually ask you to do after your investigation?
Okay. So the later investigation I gathered, I sent it to them. And then I called COP Ken Yeboah. That's the CID boss. And then he told me that they should take the issue to court so that they can get the warrant of arrest, so that we can publish his pictures, everything about him and see if the public can help.
I just want to know, these monies you gave to Ima, about more than 30,000 cedis, right?
The money, when we calculated all the receipts, it was about 41,000 and some. Because some, he didn't even issue the receipts. There was some payments I made to him, he didn't issue the receipts.
Where did you get these monies from?
I have my savings, I did some investments. I had a baby girl who is a preterm. So most of my friends didn't even know I can even get pregnant. So when I gave birth, a lot of people, my friends outside the country, they sent me money. And I'm not that type of woman who normally buy flashy things, no. I like savings. And then I was having a salon and at the same time working with a company. So I was just saving money just to get a place. Because when I was young, because of rent issue, my dad have to, share with the kids. You have to go and stay with the cousin, you have to go and stay with your uncle, and a whole lot. So I didn't want it to happen to any of my kids. That was the reason why when I was working with a company, so when I got some huge sum of money, I bought a piece of land. I bought that land around 2007. I sold my car and I bought that land.
So all your investments are gone?
Everything. I think during the time Ima was giving me pressure, I have to sell my kente cloth. About 3. I sold them just to get the money and pay him off.
What do you want done now? I mean, the police have given you a document to help with the arrest.
Yeah, right now.
What are you looking for?
Right now, all I'm praying that they should arrest him. They should get him because I don't know the Ima guy. They should arrest the Emmanuel guy because I don't know the next person who is going to fall victim. And he's not taking less. There is this man too that he has taken 8,000 that he's going to provide roofing sheets. East Legon case, it was about 18,000 that is providing roofing sheets. So you take your money, your hard-earned money, you only do part of the job and then he's gone with the rest of the money. And you will not even see him. Where he lives now, he has packed out.
Oh, where did he live?
Now, he was living at Agliza, Teshi Triblo Agliza. Now he has packed out. I learned he's living around Sakumono, which I don't know.
Have you tried reaching him?
When you call, he doesn't pick.
So the number goes to?
That was from May to, I think, June. He stopped using his MTN. He's no more on WhatsApp. Now he still go line. When you call it to ring, he will not pick. The CID head boss, COP Kenyebua, called him on several occasions. He refused to pick. And then the commander at Manet, Azuri, he tried calling him. He didn't pick. You called. I tried giving his number to other security agencies to try. He didn't pick. He will never pick.
So you have his pictures?
I have his pictures, yeah.
Just a quick one though before we wrap up. Yeah. How is it that other people whose names he mentioned and you asked, he didn't defraud them? He fixed their roofs equally for them.
You know, we are women. And when he sees that there is no man attached to you and you don't know certain things, then they try to play smart on you. Those people he mentioned, they are all men. One is a police officer. Yes, one is a police officer. Even he did the job for Teshi Orphanage. So I went there and then I asked the woman, he said, oh yeah, he did this, he did that, and then okay. He even came to fix tiles for them. When he bought the tiles, I went and asked the man. The man said he came to purchase tiles. Even the rest of the money, he has refused to bring the money.
Oh yeah, sorry you have to go through this.
That's okay, it's part of life.
Mavis, thanks for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
You heard from Mavis Eje Kumi. She has been telling her story about how she's been defrauded by one Emmanuel Asari. She's asking that anyone who sees this Emmanuel Asari prompts the police so he gets arrested, and this will save so many other people from being defrauded. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Say It Loud. My name is Wandami Hagan and I've been sitting in for your regular host, Lord Harris Edwasari.